I used to program my drums in Logic Pro in such a cluttered way, and I finally found a tool that has helped me get my drum samples and everything organized and programming a lot quicker. So I wanted to share it with you. It's the new Waves Create Sampler, and it's incredible. It works with a free AI plugin called Cosmos that I've already done a plugin of the week on. You got to check out. It comes with 2,500 samples for free. I got a link in the description right here so you can pick up this Create Sampler if you dig it. It's only $10 right now. Well worth it. Let's tap in, plugin of the week. First thing I want to show you is how I used to bring in samples into Logic Pro and how I used to program drums before I got this Create Sampler with the Cosmos thing, okay? Just so you can understand the difference here. First thing I'd do is I'd go to my Finder in Logic Pro and I'd bookmark my samples and I'd go in and I'd find different drums or whatever. And I would go in and I'd have to double click and go into the kit and then play them here. And then once I find something I like, say this clap, which sounds like a snap actually, I'm gonna drag it, drop it into the quick sampler, and then I got the Logic quick sampler where I can, play it across the keyboard. And I would just do that over and over again. Sometimes I would open up Splice and I would go, hey, Splice, let's go play and preview in Splice, and then drag and drop into Logic Pro. And I do like control over each individual sample. That's why I did it that way. But now I got the Create Sampler from Waves. So thank you, Waves. Really appreciate it. This thing is pretty awesome, and you can do a lot more than just put samples in it. My favorite feature of this and how it's changing my workflow with drum programming is now I have all my packs and all my stuff in this thing. I can hit this little search button here, and it opens up the Cosmos sample finder. It also comes with 2,500 samples for free, which is awesome. But now I could go like, hey, I want pop sounds, right? And I can now filter these out. I can see them with like this really cool view that shows me world of little dots. It'll go by brightness, space, saturation, dynamics, or instrument. And so I can go, okay, pop. Let's go by instrument and say I'm looking for like pop drums. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, I find a snare I really like. Okay, cool. Now I can say, I like this snare. I'm gonna hit this download kind of button here, and I'll click that and it goes right into my sampler. So now I can play around with this sample. I could program this clap. Let's say I'm at 123 or something with my BPM, and I could throw this down really easy. I could even draw it in if I didn't want to play it. Awesome. I can quantize this in Logic Pro. Obviously, I didn't have the click even going, so you could draw this in as well if you wanted to just make this really easy. Now, I don't have to like go to Splice and then go to my Finder and then go here and go there and find all these samples all over the place. I could just duplicate this sampler. So I'm just hitting Command D in Logic. You could do this with any DAW, I'm sure. Just duplicate the track. This time, let's search by drums, and we'll actually search by pop and kick drum, right? Now I'm going to go pop, I'm going to go drum, and then I could even go kick and just keep filtering it down. I could do this view, or I could go through this sample view here. I could do one shot, not a loop, right? That'll help. Drum, pop, and I can then go, okay, not a hi-hat, not saturated, but see how it's like already just kind of bringing in stuff? I could just type in here kick, right? And then I got all my little kicks here. Now let's preview these. I can go in here and do this view from this sample. So this view is kind of like the cosmos, right? It's like the stars. Now I'm going to get all the drums that are kind of similar to this drum within this this field where I can kind of play around with them. So let's check that out. Okay, cool. I like this one. So I'm going to hit the download button, and now I got my kick drum in the sampler. So this is just like such a workflow cheat code. Like, I love this. I can program drums really quick. I can find sounds I didn't even know I had on my hard drive. I really love that ability. You can use the gain on here as well. You could use drive and filters. You can do a lot of stuff with this sampler. I'm not even touching what you can do with this sampler because you can literally layer up a bunch of different samples. You could do layers of kicks and snares and all that stuff. You could even sample, let's say, the Moog or an analog synth, and put that into the sampler so you can travel with your analog sounds instead of having to bring your keyboard with you, right? So really powerful. So now like all I got to do is put down a kick drum pattern, right? So on this, I'm just going to copy the snare down and be smart about it, grab all these notes, and we're just going to move these to the 1, right? So check it out. Okay, and I actually want the kick kind of going the whole time, so I'm going to grab all those. I'm going to copy those over so they're going 4 on the floor, right? Here we go. So there you go. Now start putting keys down and everything. Drum programming is really important to go fast for me. So as I'm thinking of a new song or a new idea, I want to get into the sampler. I want to have that idea and that concept and move really quick. So again, duplicate the track. You got the Create Sampler. It works really, really well with the Cosmos AI Finder. And that's really what I love about this, is that now I have all my samples in one place. It's smart. It's intelligent. It puts everything together. It has tags. One last thing I want to show you is that you can actually create your own little folders. Like here, I put my trap drums together, right? What you can do with this is really, really powerful, because as you're finding samples that you didn't even know you had, you can start to build your own collections of those samples. So for example, let's say I was in the main, looking at all my samples and the wave samples that are included. Let's go hip hop, right? And then I go one shot. Maybe I want like 808s or something, right? Let's go to an 808. Let's just type in 808 actually. Now let's go through these 808s and let's find some 808s that sound really trapped out. Right now I can actually make a subfolder and say, hey, I want this to be in my favorites. So here you see this little plus button. I can hit that plus and I could say 808s. And this in itself is super powerful. So you can have collections of 808s. You get really, really organized. You can move faster. You can make more beats quicker. I mean, why wouldn't you want these tools, right? It makes no sense. Like, this is a game changer for me. It's almost like having Splice built in to your DAW and being intelligent and finding sounds that sound similar and being able to organize everything right there. That alone is worth $10 to me. So again, if you guys want to pick this up, I dropped a link right here in the description. You can grab it. It's $10 right now. The best way I think about it is you're getting 2,500 samples. You're getting the sampler. You're also getting the Cosmos for free, which is this whole Finder thing. For $10, that's like paying for like a month of Splice at its bottom rate and getting just as many samples, but you're also getting all these tools as well. All right, thanks for tuning in. Go make some dope drums. Like, go play with this thing. It can really do a lot, and it's very intelligent and fun to play with. And I'll see you next time. Plug it in the week. I'm out of here. Peace.